Yeah. Let's see how YouTube's doing. And we're live. All right. Welcome back to Odys Talks, everyone. This show is naturally brought to you by Odys.global, or Odys Global, your one-stop marketplace for AG domains and websites, including several additional services, including EAT audits, 3-on redirects, topic clusters, fully managed hosting. You can also get domains and websites from us in installments. So if this is what you're looking for, just get in touch with us through our website and our team will sort you out. Today I'm joined by two legends of the industry and marketing. It's Greg Elfring of Empire Flippers, who's also my best friend, as you can see, and the best uncle in the SEO industry, David Johnson. Welcome, gentlemen. Why don't you go on and introduce yourselves? Dave, since this is your first time on the show, why don't you go first?
Oh, thank you very much. Hello, everybody. Uncle Dave, or David Johnson, CEO of Loud Crowd Agency. I've been going for a good, 8 years now? Yeah, it seems a long time. But I do get around, good friends, and it's great to see familiar faces at all these events. I absolutely enjoy going to them, and especially meeting mad people like you lot. I love it.
Awesome. Thank you. Greg?
Yeah, I'm the head of marketing over at Empire Flippers. So if you want to get rid of your stressful business, you can come to me and I find you a buyer and make you a millionaire. That's what I do, right? I sell businesses all across the board, e-commerce, SaaS, you name it, affiliate sites, of course. I always love the SEO crowd. I see Stephen Kana is in there. He's recently going to join the No Value Agency as one of my first clients. If anyone's been around for this inside joke, it's been going on for months. But yeah, that's what I do. Other than troll Steven on the internet, I help people sell their businesses.
Well, you're also known for trolling Craig Campbell.
Well, that's a different story. Craig is my VA. He works for me. So that's just part of our core mission to make our employees feel uncomfortable with Craig. Only Craig, though. Everyone else loves working for me.
He's got a lot of VAs then.
Well, I have to because Craig is really bad at it. So, you need to hire people to actually do the job. That he's really bad at it. But I keep him around. He's a good guy. He's learning a lot.
Amazing. All right. All right. Let's kick things off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
Yeah, not from the MGM Grand Garden Arena, but still, yeah, this is a great place to do the show from. So as you can see, everyone watching, the title of this episode is Navigating the Sea of SEO Industry Changes. It's like an ongoing topic because everything's changing like on a daily basis and things just switch up so quickly you can barely notice it. Empire Flippers have recently launched their new Shopify valuation app. Greg, why did you decide to do it? I mean, your team, the company, and what does it bring to you as a whole and to the market, to the industry? What's the juice?
Yeah, I mean, so this wasn't a result of just what's going on in SEO land. I actually wanted to do this like 4 years ago. We tried and we got like busy and it kind of fell on the back burner. But in 2024, we really want to go after more DTC Shopify store owners. Like we just sold a few months ago now, a $13 million DTC Shopify store, right? So I think that's a very hungry market that we haven't really gone after in our marketplace. So them and agencies are like two of the big ones we're going for. As far as the app goes, it's pretty cool. It's an MVP, so it's not like tons of bells and whistles in there yet, but you can basically, what it does is it uses our valuation tool API that's based on like 2,000 transactions, and you can put it into your Shopify backend connected with your Shopify data, and it gives you a rolling valuation of what your business is worth like every single day, basically. So it's great to know, like, even if you don't use Greg over at EF, you sell privately or whatever, it gives you, like, shame on you, don't do that. Please click the link to sell your site with me. But if you don't use me, it gives you a good rough estimation of what you're valued at. And to be honest, that's the number one struggle that entrepreneurs have. They tend to way overvalue their business, and then they get really shocked at what buyers are willing to pay them. And then they get really depressed, and then they end up taking a too low offer. So they go from one extreme to the other. So this gives them like a good rough estimation that will keep them in a safe zone.
Yeah, speaking of valuations and businesses, remember, well, if you haven't seen Greg's interview on our channel, you can go to our Odys Global channel on YouTube and look it up. We did an interview in Saigon just a little over a month ago, and well, you mentioned this friend of yours who was running a $2 million bucks worth business, right? And then his well, the value of his business dropped to like 200K, and then no one wanted to buy it.
Oh,
even
dude,
for
that
200K.
business was more than 2 million, if I
more
remember
than
right.
2 million, yeah.
I think it was like 7 or 8.
Oh,
I
maybe,
want to say
maybe.
maybe I'm thinking of a different one than you're mentioning. But if it's the Amazon affiliate guy, I'm thinking of, yeah, was much bigger than 2. But yeah, it dropped to less than 200K, and no one's going to buy that now. So
Yeah.
not happy days for him. And I was trying to convince him to sell with me for years, and like, you know how it is. Like, some people just think like, oh, you're just trying to hard sell me. I'm like, dude, I'm really not. Like that's not my style. For one, I'm just giving you what I think is good advice. And now, like, we just hung out a couple weeks ago for drinks, as he lives here in Saigon. He's like, man, I should have listened to you. Like, I know you should have.
Yeah. So it's important. It's crucial to just keep on your toes with how your business is doing and what you can get for it if you sell it like today or tomorrow or the next day, and just to act fast, because yeah, the upward swing can make a 180-degree turn really unexpectedly.
Yeah. Tomorrow, you never know what's going to happen tomorrow, right? Like, I've been telling all our friends in the AI space, like, if you're going to build an AI business, like, you better build it quick and sell it quick, because you don't have $1 billion to compete with OpenAI, and they might gobble you up. Who knows what they're going to do, right? So
yeah. Dave, you're managing an SEO and website agency, right? So what changes have you noticed over the past, let's say, half a year at least? Not even half a year, several months past the latest Google update, let's say, because people were like very anxious for these 2 months.
Yeah, I think a lot of it for me is the industry's changing in a way that just information-based websites don't work as well as they used to. We've got no patience in this day and age, none at all. Even me had no patience, and I broke my arm. Broke my arm falling off some dustbins at back at building because I had no patience to wait to do it properly and didn't get the ladders out. But anyway, that's another story. I just think that we instantly want what we're looking for straight away, and people don't read long form as much. It's great that you can get that sort of content to rank, and I think that's why e-commerce sites are doing very well. And that's what I was going to ask Gregory, as in what niche seems to be doing very well when it comes to selling the businesses. Is there a certain sector that seems to be doing better than the others?
So what I would say, I get asked this question a bit, like which kind of niche, and there's no like one niche that stands out other than like the classics, right? Like make money, dating, get healthy. Like, those are the classic niches in every business model, right? But in terms of business models that people are really hungry for to buy and spend like big money on, is definitely DTC commerce and agencies right now, because like there you control the full customer data, like with what you're saying, right? With informational sites, most of those guys don't control the whole funnel, right? It's just a click away to a ClickBank affiliate or whatever affiliate program you're using, or a display ad. So like those guys don't own their own funnel. They only own the very top of the funnel that they are then sending all those juicy customers to someone else who's making the real money. So people want to cut out that middleman from a buying perspective now. There is a vacuum that's being left with affiliate sites. Like, affiliate sites can still be a good purchase, right? I'm not saying that they're bad, as long as you dream of how you can go bigger. But there's nothing that's really like filled in that space yet. Like, we've seen some faceless YouTube channels like kind of filling in a bit of that. but nothing as significant as what affiliate sites were before all this craziness with SG and the AI overviews.
No, that's good to know. I think a lot of it I've noticed as well is people keep talking about making the content more human. And it's like, well, what is more human? Put funny things in there, put sarcastic comments. You know, if you're talking to a mate, I mean, everybody knows I'm into motorcycles. And for the first 6 months, the only way I could get my knee down was if I fell off the bike and my knees were sliding across the floor. You know, just get silly things into your articles or your posts, and you'd be surprised people love that. And then highlight the funny parts in quite bigger, bolder wording, so people spot it a mile away. And as you can see, when you spot something so funny or so sarcastic, people will then read and share, and it'll be more newsworthy than just throwing out general AI content. And I think that's what's hit a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I generally agree with that. Yeah, I try to use humor with everything, as Vlad knows. I'm the troll of the industry. So,
well, yeah, and you can always people can always expect some nice Warhammer 40K education from you, as well as Lord of the Rings stuff like that, you know, and D&D as well.
I was in Chiang Mai SEO last year. My buddy Zach kept trying to like come up and talk to me, but I was deep in the conversation with this other SEO guy for like probably a half hour, just about medieval swords and the way they were actually like used. And he knew a lot about it. I knew a lot about it. So we're just like nerding out on this. Zach keeps like circling us like, why are you guys doing this?
You did well to get to
come back later. We're about to talk about halberds. It's going to get real exciting.
Every time I kept walking down streets to try and get to the event, I kept getting pulled into massage parlors at Chiang Mai. So like, oh, I'm late again.
Craig has really good massage parlors. Craig Campbell runs a lot of them. Yeah.
Oh, he owns a few of them out there. He never told me that. I'll have to get the list.
He's usually the one staying outside.
Just stay outside all day. A brilliant event. I'm looking forward to going to it again this year. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, speaking of events, like, well, over the past, well, it was over. Yeah, it was actually half a year. So over the past 6 months, Chiang Mai SEO and SEO Mastery Summit were like the two, I'd say, I don't know, loudest SEO conferences out there.
Loudest.
There were a lot of drink.
Good description.
So, guys, you both were there at these two conferences. What changes in the mood and attitude of the crowd? Because it's pretty much the same crowd, right? Did you notice, like, what have people started tackling some new stuff or abandoning some of the old stuff between these two conferences?
I think topical maps is coming quite popular, especially Corey's, of course. If you can understand a word he's saying, because I can't. But anyway, I think he needs an interpreter. But it's supposed to be amazing. People seem to love it, and it seems to make a big impact. I just love the people at the events more than anything else. You might pick up the odd nugget, something you haven't done before, but just talking to people that were there. I mean, one from Vietnam and now one from Chiang Mai, is two of those people I've met there are actually now on my team. Just because they're so good, you can see what they're doing, they've got the passion there, and nobody can do it all themselves. So, you know, expand. These people are brilliant. And again, if you're having a good laugh, the best thing about SEO is have a good laugh with the people, and you'd be surprised that they'll warm to you. Yeah, I loved it.
What about you, Greg?
I'm with Dave. I go to a lot of conferences with different types of business models, right? And the SEO crowd is always my favorite. They're just like the most fun. Like there's, I think I told you this before, Vlad, but like there's always drama in the SEO crew. Like links are worthless. No, you need links, content, topical maps, semantics, entities. So, like, there's always this like debate happening. Like it's kind of like a soap opera, and then I join like I'll be at a mastermind with all my paid media friends who are scaling like crazy, right? It's like, yeah, you raise your budget 20% a day or something like that, or 20% a week. Like, yeah, that makes sense. Like that's it. There's like none of this like passionate drama going back and forth. Like, yeah, that's how it works.
Very pragmatic.
Yeah. So I enjoy the people a lot. In terms of like mood changes, like Saigon and Chiang Mai were pretty similar to me. But the mood change I think I felt at Chiang Mai SEO first, and of course I felt it at the Saigon one, is the big looming fear of like, what am I going to do if SEO is no longer real? Because like I think like I don't believe SEO is dead, obviously, but out of all the times I've heard that line in my career, which is probably like 10 times that SEO is dead, right? I'm sure Dave has heard it even more than me. This feels like one of the first times where like, maybe then like there might be something to it this time. some weird stuff is happening over here, which never happened the other previous times. So yeah, it's a lot of uncertainty, I would say. I've been feeling in the mood.
It is, and I think, and something I've learned as well, and I've actually done it, is while you're earning money doing SEO, marketing, whatever industry you're in, put that money into something else. So I've actually gone and bought a sunbed business, turned it around. It failing businesses. There's plenty of failing businesses on the internet. Again, go to yourselves. Find something that you're really interested in, that you know a bit about, or you might know some of it. Best way of explaining my scenario was this sunbed shop was failing. She'd had it for 15 years, just got bored of it, weren't interested. Clients declined to about 100. Within 3-4 months, we turned it around to an 8K a month business. And my advantage being an engineer in previous industry, I was able to do all the 3-phase, the electrics, and then I've got friends who could do all the internals, structure. So I saved a fortune, but we built the business back up to just under 600 clients within 5 months. Don't rely on SEO. Use your funds to build other businesses, and I think that's the best way of. You'll never miss out because you've always got income.
Preaching to the choir. I've been telling SEOs for years, do not just rely on SEO. They never listen to me until now. Like, oh, well, yeah, Greg's onto something here. I wonder what like always telling people like you should have multiple traffic channels, right? Not just SEO. But yeah, buying a business, man. Like if I was an SEO and I thought that SEO as I know it is going to die, then what I would do is buy a local business, because Google Maps is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like if there is SEO, if all other SEO dies because of AI or whatever that's happening, like Map Pack will probably still be a major thing. So I think local SEO, like combining that with your business, and like I'm sure you know this, Dave, with your own experience, but most local business owners have no idea what they're doing when it comes to digital marketing. So you kind of have a really unfair advantage.
It's true. I mean, because of what industry we're in, as in SEOs, we were able to like get this business up and running quick. The GMB, whatever you want to still call it, is now smashing.
I still call it that too.
Yeah, we still can't. You can't get it out, can you? But you know, that's smashing it now in local map packs. The website's doing well, and because you know that industry, go and try a local business, because you're going to beat everybody. Because what you do now, I go for it. I just say take a gamble.
Yeah. And another way is to start doing like local SEO, right? Just ranking your local areas. I mean, it's a lot easier for a lot of people. For a lot of cases, instead of like doing the content site and trying to go, I don't know, US wide or just English language market wide, you know.
I showed Castor Dash, this guy in Texas. I'm forgetting the name of the town. He has like this countertop offer, and you know, Castor and James, they do a lot of rank and rent, right? Yeah. And Castor looked at the competition. He's like, "This is crazy." Like, what? Like, you think it's crazy competitive? Like, I was surprised he said that. Like, no, it's like crazily uncompetitive. Like, oh yeah, dude. Like, it's not like a town in the UK. Like, America has like hundreds of these like small to medium sized towns that no one knows what they're doing. Like, you and James should come over here for it.
Just
way cheaper to rank. Yeah.
Well, your bonus on that as well is if you buy a business and you rank it locally, it's a case study to try and drum up work for the other areas.
Oh yeah.
So you know, like, I'm winning here doing this. you want me to show how I can do it for you? And game, you're winning even more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And like it's not just a local, but e-commerce SEO is so much easier than affiliate SEO, and that's almost always been true in my view. Like I do SEO at EF, but I'm nowhere. I do not identify as an SEO. Like everyone I've met is so much better at SEO than me. But like almost all of our traffic comes through SEO. So like if you're building a real brand, it's just so much easier. It really is just content and links. Like you don't need as much of the technical stuff as you would with a content site. So yeah, there's still a lot of opportunity, I think.
Okay, since you don't identify as an SEO, what are your digital marketing pronouns?
I am a hardcore generalist at this point. So managing people.
Yeah, another thing about SEO in particular, like not even SEO, but search as a thing in general. You reminded me about like another interview with Corey. You both guys, because they mentioned Corey, and Greg, you mentioned the death of SEO. He actually went so far in his forecast, let's say, saying something like search will not go anywhere. Maybe in 50 years we'll be using some brain implants and just searching whatever it's going to be, like the web or whatever, just using our thoughts. So something, either way, like there are still ways to make business out of it, right? Even considering all the changes, and just the way it's just the time to pivot into the right thing, like whatever it is. Right.
And like we just sold a $2 million content site like right before the Saigon event. So that was mostly monetized with ads, like display ads. So I like don't take my words as if I'm saying SEO is dead. Like I'm not, but in terms of like that feeling, I think now is probably the more just like one of the more justified moments to be like kind of concerned about this and think like what Dave was talking about, like looking at other sources of what you can use your SEO skills with. But yeah, I think there's still plenty of opportunity out there. So
I mean, when people say SEO is dead, just look at your analytics and just look at your search console. I mean, 90% of your traffic's coming from Google. How can SEO be dead?
Right.
I mean, come on. It's obvious it's in front of your face. You know what I mean? If Google actually disappears, then yeah, there's not going to be much of an SEO, but they're not going nowhere. They're raking in money left, right, and center.
Yeah.
There's
always Bing. Surprised to see that they actually gained a little bit of market share. Like, who would have thought that would have happened? No one saw that coming.
50 years, and DuckDuckGo might get a couple of hits as well.
Yeah, like DuckDuckGo gets another 1%.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a shameless partner plug here. So if you have a business to sell, just make sure to reach out to Greg, because otherwise he'll hunt you down.
Nice.
I wonder if you were going to use that.
Why wouldn't I? I mean, it was perfect.
Yeah, Vlad was like, "Hey, could we get like an updated profile pic of you?" So I sent him that, and then like a quote like, "This is more haunting than Dahmer's documentary." Stephen King.
I like it. It.
Right after one of my hardcore workouts where my face is super flushed and sweaty.
Well, what I meant was, I mean, you got some very nice, cool pictures of yourself.
That was one. That was a nice picture. What do you mean?
You're too close, man. You need to zoom out at 3 miles.
Whoa. You guys are both hurting my self-esteem right now. That was a wonderful picture.
You've got ginger in us, mate. If you've got ginger in you, you're going to get stick.
I do have a red beard. It's true. Slightly red.
I've been told this many times. What's a ginger man in a porn film? Cameraman.
Why? Why?
I see how it is, Dave. I see how it is.
Stick to what you know, not jokes.
All right.
You can find out, Vlad, if you buy Dave's and my clone. So.
Yeah, well, I wanted to get to the
off.
story because Dave has this funny story to tell. So yeah, I'm just gonna pull up this picture first, and I'll let Dave go on with his story. So let's go.
All right, okay, let's go. So this is an event I went to. Craig Campbell's let me know about it, called Affiliate World in Dubai.
Uh-huh.
So
Alright.
this is what they call the rooftop swimming pool, if you want to call it. It actually looks over the Palm in Dubai, and a beautiful place. You can see the floor's wet through. The beds are actually sat on top of the pool, so you can swim all the way around the top of the building. And this is 55 levels up, this pool. It's absolutely stunning. Anyway, so I'm sat there having a few drinks with the wife, you know, and we'd had a few to drink. Or should I say, I had a few to drink. These women influencers, if you want to call them that, they must have been 18, 19, 20s. They were doing all the posing photos, like this is one for Instagram and this one, and all the power. You know, I can't do all these poses. And they bought this massive, like, floating meal, like fruits and all sorts on it, and they've not even touched it. So anyway, me being a Yorkshireman, I'll just take the piss. So I decided to start doing my own posing. And it led to people absolutely laughing their socks off at me doing all the poses. Yeah, and they do get worse. And I'm actually doing this in front of the ladies. It goes on for quite a while. As you can see in background, we are 55 levels up.
Oh, man. Crazy.
So everybody in Craig's team gets to know about it, and then one of the guys decides to add a bit of fun to it. And this is where the SEO one came in.
Hold on.
So I hope you're liking these photos. And there we have it.
SEO by David Johnson.
I need to get that perfume made, man. I'm gonna flog that on the market.
Let's do a JV, Dave. I think it's a great idea. Sell for $9.97, like I mentioned to you. We're the highest profit margin perfume business.
Yeah. And speaking of like not holding all your money in SEO, just in SEO, right? Just invest them into something. Get a business.
Invest all your money in Dave's SEO perfume business. Put all your money in that.
SEO perfume business.
I could have done an OnlyFans account called Uncle Dave's Photos, and I didn't do it. And I'm gutted. I could have had loads of hits and had plenty of subscribers.
But that sounds like a very dangerous OnlyFans, Uncle Dave's.
You stole the joint straight away. I mean, come on, the photos are brilliant.
So did you connect? Did you connect with the influencers at Dubai where they were like, "Oh, you're one of us"? Like, how many followers you have?
I might have slightly upset them, I think, after a good half an hour.
They were jealous.
Taking the mickey, you know.
Yeah, well, they were just doing pictures for show, you know, and you were already strategically starting to brand your future coming cologne, you know.
I was being supportive. I was showing them some better poses.
Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful story. Yeah. So and speaking of, I mean, like, even considering like the laughs, the joke, all things aside, all fun aside, all jokes aside, like, there are actually like things people are launching, releasing, let's say sort of attached to SEO industry, but that are like real tangible things. For example, IMG are releasing IMG courses, right? They're releasing SEO the board game, for example, you know. So brilliant, I mean, that's something unusual, out of the box, and like, it's going to be fun, exclusive, and yeah, that's cool.
Sounds like a fun game.
Yeah. So why not actually release a perfume?
I do think e-com's, you know, got even bigger compared to normal sites, if you want to call that. We've got I say local, but his work is now more national. Brick company, and he's gone from 200,000 a year to just under 990,000 within a year. I was actually shocked when I saw his stats, saying he's up nearly over 50% in turnover. And it's like, wow, I'm buzzing for you, you know, the big difference it's making. But that again is a Shopify site. And at one time, Shopify were really bad for SEO. Now they seem to have improved it massively, where you're not finding
much
it.
better.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to work on. Coding's still a bit hit or miss, but it is a lot easier.
Yeah, the Shopify for local stores, like that's an unsung hero. Like during the pandemic, there was a lady in Boston. She had a bakery, and she her main business was like corporate bakery, like all the SaaS tech startups around Boston, right? And obviously, she's going to do that anymore. So she set up a Shopify store for her bakery and crushed it. Like she made, and she was still just selling in Boston, like locally, like running ads locally to her Shopify store. And she crushed it so much that she like quadrupled her revenue during the pandemic versus when she was like open for business. So yeah.
You'd be surprised how many people undervalue themselves as well. You know, you start getting busy and you're realizing that you're charging way under than what you should be charging. We've all been there, we've all done it.
Yeah.
And the amount of people you're speaking to, even his own customers, you're getting that busy. Put your prices up. Don't be a busy fool. You'll still you still have just as many customers. You'll still be making just as good money. Your competitors are not charging. Charging way higher than you are. Even if you charge more, you'll still be better off, and you'll still not lose clients.
It's so true, man.
It is.
I have a friend. He bought a 500K SaaS business from us, and the sell is like pretty old SaaS. It's like 20 years old, and the guy has never updated his price since he launched it. He didn't have people on a subscription. They had to like manually like pay again every month. So my buddy basically just like updated the price to 2022 levels. I think he bought it 2022 or 2022 or 2023. But anyways, he updated the prices to normal levels and got them on a recurring subscription instead of having to like manually go in and fill out their card details every time. Just that alone, like that 500K business is like well over $1 million now, probably closer to 2 million at this point. So
makes a big difference. Have good fun with your clients. I love it. I love it when we're going out with clients. We have a good laugh, a good night out. Don't have to be drinking. Find something in common, and you'd be surprised how many customers just love that, getting away from work. Don't talk about work. Don't talk about the business. Just go out and enjoy and have a good laugh and a good crack and a few drinks. And that goes a long way with many clients.
Well, you do have Weatherspoons over there, which I
exactly
totally understand.
£1.50 for a pint of beer, man. You can't go wrong. You're blasted after 2 hours. You put your prices up to your customer and you don't know about it.
They're too busy with the sticky floor. this grand establishment. I love it.
You bought a 3-course meal and it's been a £5. You know, you can't go wrong.
Yeah. Dave, Uncle A. God damn it. I don't know. My throat is dry. Hold on. So you're obviously a very charismatic, lovable person, and everyone loves you. But how do you switch or combine the two? I mean, the fun and the laughs and the jokes and everything with the doing actual business. You yourself, in particular.
Yeah, you've got to have your serious part when you're trying to find new clients, or they need help. But I still say to this, I've done it myself for years, where you're trying to do everything and you can't. You can't be a master of everything. So always get the better people to work with you. Your team will always be better than you. That's all I can say on that. They will help you on the side that you're not good at. And if they are better at doing that part, you can then be the client facing, the fun loving, still getting what the customer needs. And that's why I love spending most of my time just having a laugh. Having a laugh and delivering, if you want to put it that way.
Nice. And you, Greg? I mean, well, you're always ready to nerd out. Troll.
I mean, I'm of a very similar mindset as Dave. I think people are too serious with business all the time, like especially my SaaS friends. They're really serious. But I think it's just more fun to laugh, like even in my marketing, I try to be a little weird because you get a laugh out of someone, they're going to trust you a lot more versus like, oh, I'm from this ivory tower and I'm a fake investment banker wearing this suit. Like no one cares, man. Like, like they just want to know you're a real human, right? And there's no better way to do that other than laughing. But to Dave's point, like you do have to take care of business, right? So like you gotta get all your stuff done. Like I just came off my marketing meeting and I have this new HubSpot guy who's absolutely amazing. He's like kick ass. And throughout the whole marketing meeting, I'm cracking jokes. My content lead's cracking jokes with him and stuff like that. But we're still getting everything done. But it doesn't feel like work if everyone's like laughing about it, right? So it's good for team morale. So as long as you have like good timelines, you're not unrealistic, and you peck at it every day to get it done. As long as it's done on time, why not laugh along the way? So
if customers happy, they're getting the results, everybody's happy. So then just take it a step further. Yeah, I mean, offer them out. Even if they live too far away, give them something different, like tickets to a comedy show. Not just go out for a meal with a wife. That might never happen, but something that puts joy into the life. That's a fun factor, and it'll go a long way. It'll go a long way.
We had a guy, not investment banker, but he was big in the mortgage business, and then he got big in the FBA world. So I knew him. He was out in New York, and him and I had done some content together, right? And sold a lot of his students, or not his students, but his clients' businesses. I think we probably sold like 30 brands through that partnership. And and I found out that he used to work in Vietnam like a long time ago, like this back in the 90s, like right when they just opened up. And so I found it on Amazon, like the traditional like Vietnamese coffee set, because like Vietnam has a really strong coffee culture, and he was talking about how much he missed it. So I found it on Amazon, sent it to his place in New York just as like a surprise. He's like, "Oh, this is awesome," which of course led to more sharing of the good news of the empire, right? But it's like $30, and he keeps it forever. Like little small gifts like that can be just as meaningful to really get someone on your side, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and just as they say, ultimately, people buy from people, not from I don't know, some article or AI or whatever. Well, in most cases, let's say in predominantly, in most cases, people buy from people.
So can you play guitar then, Gregory, or is it just something you've bought and hanged up on your wall?
Whoa, Dave! Why are you asking me such an offensive question? I thought we were like really jiving here.
No.
You're going to have to talk to Craig.
Let's get it out.
So that is actually my wife's. So she's a professional singer and musician. So she travels all around Vietnam, like singing at different concerts and stuff. I'm the poet, so I always joke she's like the wise Buddhist monk to my neurotic artistry. I'm like writing like novels and stories, and she's singing the tunes. So yeah, that's my wife's guitar.
Next time you're on a podcast or anything like this again, get her to come in and just grab it and hit your over head with it, because that'd be funny.
She's too shy to do it. She does that after the video is over. So.
That's when you've been a bad boy.
So why did you pay Craig again? He doesn't even work for you. Stuff like that.
Wow. Getting back to the changes in the industry, so a lot of companies, a lot of solopreneurs, SEO entrepreneurs and agencies are starting to consider or even pivot towards e-commerce in particular and SaaS, right? Because these two areas, markets are very profitable and promising, right? And Jamie IF even launched the SaaS several months ago, for example, so people are really doing this. Are there any other, I don't know, market areas that might look promising and interesting to those currently deeply into SEO and anxious about the way things are unfolding these days? What do you guys think?
Dave, you can go first.
I don't know. I think For local SEO, it's fairly easy, but people miss out on simple things. Yes, you can be at top of Google. Yes, you can be winning in MapPack. But what happened to the old style, like mail delivery, handwritten mail, or at one time, I don't know if I mean, from UK, you used to grab a bunch of mail from your letterbox and throw it straight into the bin. Now you're lucky if you get one a day, one a week, or even one a month direct through your letterbox. So if you start doing local delivery, you'll pick up work instantly because people are picking that up. And join with people. The best time to get, or the best way of getting seen even more so, is if you've got a menu from a Chinese takeaway, and then you're on the other side of the menu. They'll keep the menu for the Chinese takeaway, but then your business on the back of it, and they might be keeping it for that reason and not the other. So, you know, there's always ways of winning, and you'd be surprised. Put QR codes on there to get traffic to your website. Another way of getting leads. Something you can offer, again, using QR code and get them over to your website. So local's an easy win. You just got to be more savvy with it. How we used to do marketing 5-10 years ago.
I would add to Dave's point in that I have said in the past, and I still kind of believe this for the most part, is like my SEO friends are really good at ranking at Google, but they're not really good at marketing. Like I'm a marketer, not an SEO. Like that's why I don't identify as SEO. I'm like insane about marketing. Like I love reading like I call them the dark lords of marketing, all the direct response marketers of the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, where like they had to get you now to print, like cut off this thing and mail it back in, or like call you up. Like, did you want that? Like, you know, like really hardcore. They had one shot to make this happen. None of this retargeting stuff. Right. Fun fact, one of the largest marketing agencies in the world today that's worth billions of dollars is Ogilvy. And Ogilvy, David Ogilvy was the original like founder back in the day. Like everyone thinks of them for like brand awareness, but how he got so good was direct response. Like that was because that was the only way you could get data back then, was through like true direct response copywriting. So all the best marketing agencies, they secretly moonlit as direct response, but the other agencies like look down upon it, like, oh, poo that stuff, like numbers, who cares about this, right? So I would say with what Dave said, I agree with them. Like there is so much opportunity from like in every sector if you understand marketing, because like SEO is one of the rare ones where like the channel itself like has a lot of skill to get it done right. But let's say if you were a really good direct response marketer doing ads, like the ad platform of Facebook, Instagram, TikTok is not that different from each other. It's very similar. The mechanics are similar. Like, yes, the buttons are different, the CPA, whatever, you know, blah, blah, blah. But the fundamental of that copywriting, whether it's in video or written format or picture format, is the same. So like if you learn that kind of stuff, like there's tons of opportunity. And in just to backtrack a bit, you mentioned e-commerce, Vlad. Like I have a friend right now. So I sold his drop shipping store for like, I want to say it's like 150, 160,000, something like that. And he just kind of bummed around for like a year, like still going to conferences and stuff to hang out with friends, but didn't do anything, right? And then he started up an SEO agency. This guy knows nothing. The only thing he knew about SEO is that like I was really involved, and that's what got him interested in it, because he was like a paid guy. And now he has an SEO agency doing all AI content towards e-commerce. He doesn't even build backlinks for them. It's just pure AI content that he's like ranking for them on. And the guy in the last 7 months, I think he's at like $35,000 or close to $40,000 a month in revenue. So like, that's what I mean. Like there's so much opportunity here, and his clients are winning too. Like he's actually ranking with AI content. So all the people are like, oh, you can't rank with AI content. Like, well, maybe not your site. Like he's ranking for these guys. Like, so I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, like there's just so much opportunity. So if you take SEO, apply it to another business model, and do what Dave's saying with like other forms of marketing, like you can crush.
And niche down. I say niche down. Good.
Yeah, 100%.
Really hone in on a sector. Don't just think about, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something in general, but it's not an easy one to say. But if you're looking for in a food sector and you want to really niche down and just go for desserts, if that's your target and that's what you want to sell, hone in on that, and you'll be surprised that even an ads that pop up only at tea time around 6 p.m. People, I've seen it done where they've done it straight after, say, Emmerdale Farm or Coronation Street, and the ads have come on, whether it's on your phone, whether it's on, because everybody scrolls the phone during break time. As soon as ads are on TV, you're not watching the ads, you're going through your phone. Look at the ads that you're seeing at the tea time. It'll be ice creams and desserts or a pizza, something that's targeting that time of day to that audience. And even if it's just doing desserts, you'll be surprised how many leads you'll pick up and orders.
Oh yeah. The niche thing you just reminded me of. There's this guy. He's actually coming on my podcast soon, but I just think he's really funny. You could tell he was like raised in the Russell Brunson like risk reversal, like crazy marketing stuff, but he's like really apathetic towards it now. He's like very burnt out on all that stuff. So he has an agency where when a client onboards, he literally just copies and pastes the ad from his other account now, because he's done the same ad for these local businesses so often. So it takes like 30 minutes for him to onboard a client now. But he's gotten so good at it. One of the clients asked him, hey, could you do this, which is like a lower ticket item? Like he only will sell your highest ticket thing. So like if you're a dentist, he'll never do a teeth cleaning ad. He'll do like 4-in-1s or whatever, right? Like the high ticket thing. That's the only thing he'll market. And so the guy asked him, like, would you do this low ticket thing? He's like, no. So, but I'm paying you all this money for it. Like, yep, but I don't do that. I do this, and this makes you more money. You can tell because I'm getting you customers. And I don't care if you hire another agency, I just won't do it. And he just like refuses to even do like expand the niche because he just has this one winning ad he doesn't need to think about. And he's ran it in like 15 different states. You know, who knows how many towns?
Crazy.
Yeah, talk about niching down.
That's right. People try and go too broad, and I think they lose when they try and go in too broad.
For sure.
Even in SEO sector, if you're absolutely amazing at doing SEO for accountants, just do SEO for accountants.
Yep.
We know a few people in Mastermind Group, all they do is SEO for attorneys and lawyers and solicitors. That's all they do. They don't touch anything else. And they don't need to, because there's such good experts in that industry, in that sector, they can charge a higher level. They're known for being professional at that level, and they don't want to touch any other sector because they're great at it. Yep. Don't try doing a generalist SEO, try and be down at a certain sector.
Yeah, well, this really sounds similar to what, let's say, to what Matt Singers is preaching. You know, just focus on one thing and become so good at it, like become the best one at it, and then just add people to your team to delegate various like smaller processes so you can focus on this one main thing you're good at. Yeah. And I've actually noticed this tendency over the past year or so with teams and companies that are really crushing it, you know, because there's no other way around. Like you guys said, you can't do all the things, right? You need someone to watch your back, let's say, and do all the other different things. Man,
you can still have fun. It don't matter what industry it is. You can still look after the client. You can still deliver, but you can still have fun. And it don't make any difference whatsoever to me what sector it is. You can still have a laugh with your solicitors and lawyers. They'll tell you some right stories. And you've probably been told many stories, even from the boringest industries ever. They'll give you a great story.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing Greg has mentioned was direct response, right? And even today, so many people actually underestimate the importance of response time. God damn it, I'm sorry. Response time makes all the difference. I mean, you can have the shiniest brand ever, but if you're slow to responding to your clients, your prospects, what can you expect?
100%, dude. Yeah. We're actually working through that problem right now. Yeah, if too many leads to follow up quick enough, basically, which is a good problem. But like we want to put like some automations in to like keep that down, right? Because like, yeah, if you respond back, I think it's like within the first 5 or 10 minutes, your conversion rate goes like through the roof. But if it's after an hour, it goes through the basement. And if it's like 8 hours later, you call that lead back. Like, why are you cold calling me? Like, what do you mean? You filled out my form. Like, get off the phone with me. You know, like just completely
Guilty.
have forgotten about you.
Totally guilty. I always forget
Yeah.
about meta messages. So
there's some poor
hey,
like internet marketer
yeah.
trying to sell Dave on something. Dave completely forgot on the form. No mercy.
And if they don't phone me up going, hey sir, I've got you some links, I don't respond very well. I've got to have that phone call, and I'm terrible in checking my inbox, especially in Facebook Meta. Oh, I forget
I was
it's
talking
there.
to a guy. I was literally just talking to a guy last week. Him and I were chatting over like SMS, basically, right? And I give him a call on Monday because it was the weekend. I was out with my wife. Like, I'll call you on Monday. Like, okay, cool. And I call him up into his office. Like, yeah, is this guy here? Because he gave me his office phone number, not his actual phone number, right? And like, oh, what's this about? Like, oh, him and I have been texting back and forth. Like, oh, okay, get on the phone, and he's like, obviously ready to get off the phone with me immediately until I said we were texting with each other. He's like, what do you mean we were texting? Like dude, we were just texting like 2 days ago. This is Greg. Like, oh.
I think send him any news, promise.
But you told me to call you.
Well, yeah. Speaking of automation, Greg, you should get in touch with Adam Chronister because he's, as far as I know, he and his team, they've done some great stuff with automation, especially with like email responses and stuff like that, like direct responses. So automation is another big thing, right? Especially today when it comes to digital businesses. Like, there are so many opportunities, so many tools. I mean, well, all right, you have ChatGPT, but then you can build so many tools using it. And we've also been doing automating some stuff on our end here at Odys, which also sped up a number of processes and allowed us to scale things up. And well, like last year, at my first SEO conference, which was SEO Mastery 2023, everyone was so stressed out about ChatGPT releasing like a version 4. I think it was back then, right? And I remember people were telling stories about their friends or partners just selling their businesses altogether because they were not seeing any future in it. Just because this new AI thing is coming out, we're all doomed. And those that have taken advantage, have pivoted, have adapted to these changes. By the way, speaking of changes,
that's just the way it is.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I wanted to put this to plug it in somehow at some point, but I just couldn't find the right moment. I just realized that it was just the right moment. So those that have those that have adapted, that found a way to pivot and to just use this new tool to automate things, to scale things up, they are blooming today. Their businesses are blooming, right? Are you incorporating AI stuff in your work, in your businesses, guys?
Oh yes, definitely. Still use AI quite a lot.
I haven't really. What have you done so far with it, Dave? I have some stuff, but nothing crazy.
Just you can ask it for ideas. You can ask it to rewrite content just from a particular URL or copy and paste, and just ask it to rewrite the content. I've used it for many things, just asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
Just basic. I mean, one of my favorites still is Koala Writer, just because the chat system in it is really good when you're just asking it a basic question. So yeah, I don't think it's not going to go nowhere. It's going to be here for a long, long time. And use it. If you don't use it, you're going to be left behind. Even if you're stuck on a particular subject or a particular niche, or you're trying to understand a word. We've mentioned a lot of words today, and if you're a newbie, you probably not understand the abbreviations. Unless you're going to redo the actual video in text format, people still don't understand.
Using AI.
Use AI to say, what did he mean by that? I mean, I normally say, because I'm from Yorkshire, I need subtitles. So if you want to put my words into ChatGTP and say, what did he mean when he said berate? They'll know. It might explain it.
I guess you and I are using AI at a similar level. Like, we do use it for our podcast editing using like Descript, which is technically AI, with like the way they like take out filler words and stuff like that. I use it for copywriting a bit, but more as like a back and forth editor, or not editor, that's the wrong word, like back and forth, like just jogging ideas off of each other. I should use it for my own personal use with story writing as well. There's a great tool if you like to write stories called Novel Crafter. Highly recommend it. It's an unpaid sponsorship, but that she has a really cool app for like novelists with using AI. But yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff you can do with AI. Like, but I mean, most people, the issue with automating things with AI, in my view, is like a lot of people having started with what automations they can do right now without AI, which is kind of like the first foundation in my view, which hopefully, Vlad, you have started doing, because the first one is having a CRM. So,
Yes,
like
we're working on it, right? All right,
okay.
We're working on it. It's in progress.
Like there's no AI at all in our CRM yet, but that will be like the next step. But we just finished doing like predictive lead scoring, for example. Like right now, I have a graph right in front of me that shows me every stage of the life cycle of my customers, where they drop off, when they drop off, how long it's been, and they're getting different workflows. They're getting different sales sequences from the sales guys, or different pieces of content completely all automated, right? And for my sales guys, it shows like this is A1 lead, which is like our top tier lead. Like, oh, I'm calling that guy right now, right? So there's so much automation you can do even before you consider AI. And now with AI, it can go real nuts. So I haven't gotten to that part yet. I've been like sneaking around like different videos, seeing what people are doing, but I haven't implemented much of it myself yet, other than just like the idea partner.
I prefer it when I'm working away from home. So especially when I'm at Chiang Mai SEO or even the Vietnam event, I use it just to tell it to be my wife and have an argument with me for half an hour. It seems to work. And I still
combine it
lose
with
the
11
argument,
labs with her voice is perfect.
It even tells me to make the bed before I go out the hotel room in the morning. But it does its job.
So there, it says, I mentioned my wife as a singer. There's this AI. I'm forgetting the name of it, but basically it can create like songs. And so I had to create like all these traditional Vietnamese songs. My wife was like, what are you listening to? It would be like songs that she would sing, but the AI wasn't very good with Vietnamese. So it was like just mispronouncing them terribly, ruining this love song.
I actually, I don't know if it's the same thing. I don't remember the name of the tool. So I used one like song creating AI tool about a month ago. My son needed he was doing a project for his for his Romanian class, and it had to be some report about some national park or something like that. And so my wife figured that it would be fun to create an AI song about that place, in Romanian. So I went to the tool, just give it the prompt, edit the prompt, like what it should do, and it actually like created a pretty decent Romanian language rap song about the place.
Nice.
Wow, that's unexpected.
I put one of my poems into it. A classic Greg AI moment of trying to use it for my fiction is like, your content's been flagged. This is way too dark, because I like write dark fantasy, right? So I'm like, oh right, you can't use that.
Yeah, guys, that was a great chat. It was an amazing hour of talking to both of you, and I hope you enjoyed the time as well, with all the ideas and laughs and everything. Everyone listening and watching or rewatching, if you need any assistance with evaluating your business, or need any holistic marketing advice, you can reach out to Greg using our mentorship program at odys.global/mentors. You can find Greg over there. You can also use the link in the description of this episode. There's a direct link to his mentor page. And yeah, he will help you out with whatever your constraints are, I'm sure. Dave, where can people find you online?
Facebook, LinkedIn. I'll just look for Loud Crowd Agency.
Or Uncle Dave.
Or Uncle Dave. Yes, everybody knows me in the mastermind groups. Yes. I can't get away with that one no more. I'm stuck with it.
Absolutely. Yeah, and you're everyone's favorite uncle in SEO. So
Thank you very much.
wear it as a badge of honor, you know.
I'm going to get some t-shirts made.
Ooh, amazing.
If you send me one of those T-shirts, Dave, I'll wear it all the time. I'm always wearing other people's companies. So-
I know. I use Odys rucksack he gave me while we were in Vietnam, and I wear it on motorbike. So when I'm doing 140, when I'm doing speed limit, you can see his back.
Nice. Awesome. That's some nice shout out. Right. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching and listening. We'll see you here in a week, so stay tuned. Follow us on social media. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please do, and yeah, push the bell button to get the notifications about new episodes and all the other stuff we post once in a while. All right. Thank you guys. So
See you soon.
talk later.
Thank you.
See you soon.